Hello, fellow Megatennists, and welcome to the Hello, Fellow Megatennists podcast. I'm Larrue, and with me is Neb.
Hello.
Glib.
Hello.
Oh my god.
I thought we were doing the thing.
And
I'm sorry.
Spider.
Hey there.
So this is the last episode of the podcast called Hello, Fellow Megatennists. From now on, we're the Persona 4 Golden podcast, and this is going to be episode number 1.
The new era.
Dawn of the new Messiah.
This is not how I wanted to start off the new era.
You didn't want to start with the best video game of all time?
So, I guess let's get started with some event news. The San Diego Comic.
You like that? Is that doing it for me?
It's happening. Which I didn't know. Have fun doing that, I guess.
That's crazy. So it's just digital though, right? They're not actually fucking open for business, right?
It's the same dates as the previously canceled, and it'll be free. They're promising panels, presentations about comics, gaming.
But it's free?
Yeah,
I
it's free. I don't know. They're promising a lot of stuff, but the way I understand like these free conventions, it's gonna suck. Like, how do you present what the next big thing without just having a bunch of commercials in between? Kind of like what we got with the other two conventions that we've had so far. I don't know if you'd call them conventions necessarily.
I didn't watch either of them, so.
And they suck. They're so boring. PC Gaming Expo or whatever was like some of the hardest stuff to watch. If that's the one with the guy that kept making the really corny jokes and then the gamer girl.
But to be fair, it's always bad. It's always that bad, to be fair.
The PC game show was a little bit better acted than some of the other ones.
Which is the one where the guy he said like, oh, we're gonna talk about an upcoming game. Like when I grew up, I want to be upcoming game, and I was like, dude, you're like 50 years old and you're making this joke, this horrible joke. I wanted to like punch my screen in hopes that it hurt him. But
yeah. Are we going back to like? Do you remember like early to mid 2000s like G4 like faux hawk type guys? Are we going back to that?
Yeah, we're going back.
Is this reject modernity, embrace tradition?
Are they going to rerun the Nocturne commercial?
They're the guys that wear the suit jackets and the jeans. You can see it still.
Oh man. Oh, the blazer with the t-shirt underneath?
Yeah, bro.
That is some cursed wardrobe. God damn.
More like blessed. But yeah, if you're interested in comics, and actually I think the benefit of this is that maybe there won't be a nasty smell. If there is a nasty smell, it's probably
Yeah, this is a good wake-up call. You're like, this place fucking stinks. Oh, it's just me. It's me and my Switch. God damn.
Yeah.
Wow,
also, by the way, the Switch is a bad console because I noticed that every time I talk about the Switch, it gets downvotes on like these videos. So just grab the right away. Switch is a bad. It's one of those hobbyist like consoles. It's meant to kind of entertain you, not unlike getting those like free games from like McDonald's or whatever with your Happy Meal. It's not the same like tier of hardware as well. So
guys, he's right.
No.
The Switch is meant to be fun. Consoles are not fun. They have no games.
Do you remember, speaking of old shit, do you remember like the old, like you go to McDonald's and they had those like GameStop sort of display units where you play the games? Are you talking about that's what the Switch is? With
it's like
the pastel controllers that are like hooked up to this unit?
No. I'm talking about like I remember sometimes it might have been like Burger King or something, but I got like a little like Tiger Electronics like
like a Game and Watch type shit. Okay.
Yeah, where it's literally just one game that was really boring.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. Like I got this for my Happy Meal. Like, great. So
I know this is an elaborate step to call it a baby game, but you're still doing that just in a different way. So that's good.
I like the ones that they had the little water rings and it would be shaped in like a little console. And you'd be extra disappointed.
Yes.
Yeah, and that water game is essentially like Breath of the Wild or
Got him.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Okay, you're reaching down.
I know. Okay, this is bad.
This is so toxic, bro.
Overkill.
This is why we shouldn't record late. We should record like I know this is basically our normal time, but if we record like 3 hours in, like
well, listen, this is midnight. It's not even Juneteenth anymore. Larrue's racist. He didn't want to record on the holy day. June 20th recording. It's fucked up. I don't agree with this decision, but Larrue said it. He's racist. I don't know.
You know what's crazy is that so one of my friends worked at Target, and apparently they get time and a half today because of June.
Yeah, I got 5 hours off today, bro. Not really, because everyone's a fucking asshole, so I had to work a good amount. But yeah, I got out of noon technically. There's a bunch of racist coworkers who are like, I don't care that the people are freed. I gotta get this shit done.
Then those are the people you make sure to report to the secret police. So Fatless also was at the PC gaming show, as we talked about. It was really boring.
Yeah.
I think the things they showed were kind of impressive if you like Persona and Persona 4 in particular, and if you've always wanted to play Persona 4 Golden, because the thing they announced was Persona 4 Golden on Steam, which released 2 hours before the announcement about. Something like a little bit before the announcement, you could already buy the game on Steam. So
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
But
that was probably a time zone thing. They didn't understand the time zone, so oops.
The way they
it wasn't a full 2 hours. It was about 30 minutes. I remember.
Okay. So go ahead.
Oh, really? Okay. So I thought it was like a full 2 hours ahead of time. But,
no, because I remember
30 minutes.
They announced P4G around 30 minutes, maybe 15 minutes into the show, 30 minutes into the show, and then the listing came out 10 minutes before the show happened. Something like that.
Okay, that's close enough. That's fine.
All I know is that I bought it before they finished showing the demo or whatever.
Oh, super fan.
Yeah, I was watching the countdown for the show's start, and I saw that it released. Oh, well, okay, that's great.
It's very timely.
I will definitely say though, in terms of ports, it was really well done. I've only had one major complaint, which is the weird amounts of lag for the animated cutscenes, especially the very first one.
Are you getting a delay when it loads in?
I heard that it might not be lag. It could be that because the port is 60 FPS. Some of the things they couldn't make 60 FPS, so it's still 30 FPS still.
Right. So is it the delay with the talking? Do you see the dub?
No, it stutters. It stutters like when you have a scratched disc or something.
Huh.
And
maybe that's a V-Sync or something. That's weird.
Someone was telling me it was Denuvo, which is the amazing secure software they're using to kind of protect the IP, so everyone can be safe and everyone can enjoy the game.
That was cracked before 24 hours was up on release.
It's cracked already, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, it always is. Yeah.
Speaking of things that were done 24 hours, within 24 hours of its official release, there was already its first mod. Do you guys know what the mod was?
I do.
I don't.
Why don't you tell us about it, Glib? Why don't you take this one? This is a good topic for you. Why don't you? Yeah, no, come on. Tell us a little about this mod. Spider doesn't know what it is. Help her out. You could probably take a really sensitive take on it, a really mature, nuanced take on it.
Okay, you're right. You got it, bro. Okay, so as we all know, Kanji is gay, right? So is Naoto. So I guess it's gay. Naoto is trans, so I guess it is kind of gay, right? I guess so. Oh, okay, so we've established that. So so this new mod here is trans Naoto and P4GPZ. That's what we all needed, right?
Yeah.
This is way worse.
There's something for everyone.
But you definitely
you asked for it, bro.
I had to do a lot of editing. Oh man,
that's what you wanted, bro. That's what we're getting.
So the mod changes the pronouns for now to he, him, right? And some other stuff.
Yeah.
Which I don't get because she's supposed to be gay, right? How does that?
Oh, she's supposed to just be a woman who is trying to solve the fact that men in the Japanese work.
Is it because she's a cop? This person thinks all cops are men? I think that's pretty transphobic.
We should get a ACAB for Gmod.
No, it's the best.
So, suffice to say, Persona 4 G and literally not even I would say maybe just one day after release, they already had the deals. it was on Fanatical and the Humble Bundle choice. So
Yeah,
you can get it for like, I think it was like $3 to $5
20%
off.
off. Yeah.
I think it was 17. I don't know.
Though I opted for the deluxe version, and it's not worth it because the deluxe version comes with a PDF art book with approximately 18 pages of like nothing, like nothing you couldn't find online or enjoy in any other way, and in any of the other art books. It doesn't have commentary or anything. It's just like all the personas like evolutions or whatever. So it looks like Teddy's persona evolves into like a bigger version of Teddy's persona. So you can see how bad the third stage is, because by the third stage of most of them, all they did was either add more wings, or maybe they have longer hair now, or maybe they have a beak, or maybe
are these are the awakened personas? Like once you get to like level, what is it called? Like limit break of their stupid relationship.
Awakening?
Yeah,
yeah, the awakening. That's what it's called. Yeah,
but it's just not a good investment. And then it comes with the soundtrack, or it comes with a selection of songs, like I believe 8 songs or 9 songs, and they're 162 KB.
So like standard MP3 is 320, so it's like not even the full OST, and an objectively worse version. It's not even like CD quality. It's like garbage.
Yeah, this is when you're downloading LimeWire in 2007. You know,
yeah, it's a very LimeWire feel. If that's what you want, the retro. I guess maybe they're making it retro. You know, because this is a game from 2010, 2008. I don't even know when this game fucking came out.
I believe it came out Persona 4 Golden came out in 2012. The original was either 2008 or 9. I don't remember.
Well, that's a 2010 vibe. You know.
Yeah, vintage.
8 tracks, not even 320 kbps, mbps, whatever it is.
But it's I mean, one of the big. I mean, so don't buy the deluxe edition. Is basically what I'm trying to say. But a lot of people did buy things anyways because it's like what the top
$5 more, right? But it's not worth the
$5. If someone said, "Oh yeah, $5 to upgrade," and your upgrade was literally like nothing, if your upgrade was literally a inferior product to just investing $10 to buy the
feel bad. Yeah,
you can probably get better audio quality on YouTube, to be honest.
Yeah, you can just rip the soundtrack from YouTube.
You almost certainly could get it.
Save money, buy the actual art book,
and get more tracks.
Yeah. Save that $5, and then each week save another $5, and in 3 weeks you can buy the actual art book and have commentary from Soejima and see more art and actually have something physical that'll last forever as long as you take care of it.
Stop buying your goddamn avocado toast and coffee.
Oh, I had avocado toast for the first time this week, and
you're hanging out with a white family. So
don't dox what I do in my spare time, but it's pretty whatever. I don't really understand it.
Yeah, anyway. It's a very bougie type of food. It honestly, like, there is a version of it that's so like there's so much effort put into it that it's pretty good, but it's never worth the amount of money or time.
Mm-hmm.
Totally excessive. It's degenerate. It's bad.
But I think Persona 4G is on track to break. In my opinion, it's probably going to hit at least 300 to 500,000 sold by the end of July. And the reason why I think that is currently it's the most played concurrent game on Steam for RPGs. I think it's not just
non-MMO.
No, not non-MMO, but
JRPG. I think Western RPGs, there's probably higher numbers.
I think it's just JRPG, not RPG totally.
Yeah, just JRPG.
It can't be Witcher 3 or something like that. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Witcher, all that Western shit.
But
I know it'd be like Final Fantasy 15 and Dragon Quest 11.
LOL at Final Fantasy, LOL at Dragon Quest. Bad franchise.
Well, I'm surprised Dragon Quest because Dragon Quest is a good game, but then again, no one in the West really likes Dragon Quest as much as they do in Japan. Final Fantasy 15, however, is a bad game, and like
it is.
It's like switched here. I'm surprised it didn't release exclusively for the Switch. But
Final Fantasy 15 is also a very dudes rock type of game. you get in the car with your boys, you run out of gas, you gotta push it out, you go camping.
Yeah, Sasuke.
You gotta mix all your food. It's great.
it's a weird like at a glance if you don't really know much about the game and you just watch like a trailer, it's like, what is this? Who's this game marketed to?
Yeah.
But anyway, Persona 4G like is doing quite well, I think.
It's doing incredibly well, I'd assume. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think I didn't anticipate it beating everything else in its class. Like, obviously, it's like it's not going to come out and beat, I don't know, Team Fortress 2 or whatever, Valve's in-house most popular Steam game is. It's not going to do that.
Yeah.
But it's doing very well for a decade-old game.
Too, yeah. It's old. It's memed on a lot. And yet it's on top. It's probably the best video game of all time.
And it's selling better than the entirety of the Switch Megaten collection right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The fact that Persona 4G's re-release has already sold more than the Persona 3 and 5 dancing games is hilarious. And it's sold more than huge.
That is some good shit. Inject that directly in my veins.
So
the fans blown out. Destroyed.
But the thing so this is not in the notes, but something that I kind of found interesting is that one of the statements Atlas or Sega specifically had said in regards to the original or the first port that they did not too long ago, the Catherine port that was released January 2019, they talked about how it was a a glowing success and that it was step one in Atlas's roadmap, and which I don't know what they mean by that, because like Sega and Atlas use really dumb language when they talk about like business stuff. But to me, it sounds like this is kind of like step 2 in the roadmap of them being integrated into the PC space. Because if you remember, for Catherine's release, they didn't have any support on the Japanese end in terms of promotion. There was no big fanfare. There was no Humble Bundle opening thing with Catherine or whatever.
It was a very cold open sort of thing. We were like, oh, okay, so you're doing this now.
Yeah, and with this, they had several articles for a lot of the big gaming websites and magazines for Japan. They had Atlas Japan released an official blog post regarding it, and several tweets. They even changed the Atlas Japan's Twitter face, or maybe it was Persona's Twitter, but they changed it to be Teddy and Persona 4G stuff.
Right.
Just for like
all brand new stuff. Yeah. Coordination.
So it was, and it was a coordinated effort because all of Atlas did it. All the Atlas Japanese or Atlas West PR also changed their stuff to be Persona 4. They also added an official page for their Steam page or whatever. So when you click Atlas, there's an official thing now, and there's also I don't know what they're called, admins or whatever, where it's like a representative of the company. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So they have all those things now, and that was all put into place with the like announcement of Persona 4 Golden, which to me all indicates more Steam ports. I think the rumor right now is what, Persona 4 or Persona 3?
Yeah.
Which I could definitely see, and I kind of
Well, so the thing was, like, originally there was some guy on Twitter who was like, I got the files. Persona 4 Gold is coming to Steam. And people were like, okay. But then as like an addendum or a related tweet or whatever, the same guy was like, Persona 3 is probably coming to Steam also at some point. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But it seems pretty credible. I mean, it seemed like a wild claim at first to be that bold and saying it's for sure coming to Steam. But now that's true, I mean, maybe Persona 3 is coming to Steam. I hope it isn't. But
I kind of feel like it will. That person that you're talking about, he decided to send me proof for the Persona 4 Golden thing, and he kind of told me how he got it. And essentially, they had send review copies to a bunch of different companies that are like news sites and like somewhat big names in gaming or whatever. And one of those people decided to tell him because he's a leaker, so he can leak it. And I think that if he says that Persona 3 is coming, then I gotta believe him. I don't really care either way. Like I've like the whole idea of this sort of leaking like stuff is kind of like opening your presents early before Christmas. It's like, why? You could just wait one more day. Like, just calm down. But
it's like a symptom of social media, like the data mining thing. Like games, people patch stuff into their games ahead of time, so they don't have to like make everyone download a bunch of shit the day that something cool happens. And people go for all that shit, data miners. Like, guess what's coming out in a week?
Like Scramble.
Sure, yeah. It's like, who gives
the entire game spoiled because of a demo.
Or like for D2, those people who are always like, "Oh, I data mined the new patch for D2, and there's a new demon coming. Don't know what it is, but here's the image. I don't know what it do, but here,
like a quarter of a finished model. Look at this. It's like, who cares, dude?
Yeah, and there's which even with those, I'm like, okay, cool, you found a model, but there's a lot of models that they never use. I think there's like 5 to 6 now. But
Wait, really?
Anyway, Persona
titty pictures in there.
Yeah, but speaking of the port, I think P3P or Persona 3 is probably really likely if you consider the Taipei show's comments last year. The former CEO talked about that he couldn't say much, but they were thinking about porting stuff.
Sick.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, P3P is the definitive version of Persona 3.
Portable is the woman in it?
Yeah, I think they'll do portable, honestly, because it's the newest version, and it would probably be the easiest to port over to PC.
That's a hard take. Is it the best one to make people mad?
I think they'll all make people mad, honestly.
Yep.
You don't matter which one you pick.
There's people. It's so divisive. It's like people love the answer or hate the answer, and that's in fifth.
People who love the answer, I'm just like, cool. Then you should start playing all the old. So one thing, like, I know this is gonna be another long digression, but people who say they love the answer, which is the most grind-heavy, repetitive, very, very slow, like part of any Megaten experience you can have. It's a lot like old Megaten, like SNES Megaten. So you would think that those people would still be able to play an SNES game, but typically they'll also like addend that with, I can't play SNES Megaten because it's dated. Which, if you call the games dated, you need to unfollow me.
Don't add.
Unsubscribe.
Just out of curiosity, what are the games that you guys would prefer that they would port next? Because I think we're all kind of agreeing that P3P or P3 in general is likely. What is something that you would actually want?
Righto,
nice.
Because I haven't played it yet.
There you go. Yeah.
Never mind that it might actually sell well.
It's pretty expensive right now too, isn't it?
Yeah. So the games that are like where there's not an easily acquirable digital version, other than obviously the alternative. One of those would probably be the best ones. I mean, I don't need one that's so easily to get. Like Persona 3, like there's a million copies of that you can download and get going with.
What about you, Glib?
Put the on Steam.
SMT1 or Mach X.
Mach on Steam. Come on.
I actually saw people on some of the Japanese posts for the news sites begging for Mach X, which I was like, is this a Japanese meme or are they serious?
This is now a Mach X podcast.
I think it'd be good with like mouse controls instead of like using using a keyboard for this, because I kind of hated it, to be honest. It was really bad.
As long as it's not Chow, we're good.
Yeah, or they could just do like they can just make it so you can choose between either, I guess, look or whatever. I don't know. Either way,
because they changed the mechanics, so you can't do that really.
They changed it from first to third person.
What if you can just you can't just toggle between? You don't think that is possible?
No, didn't they? I didn't play Machina, but I played Chow. But I think they changed the way the meter works or something.
They changed a bunch of things because, in one, I don't remember which is which, but in one of them, there's I think an X is an easy way to jump over people and then spin around real quick.
That's X, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you guys said something about jumping before. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. It's very weird. It's such a bizarre situation that they chose to completely change the perspective of the game between those two versions.
I think they just thought it would be more marketable.
Yes, that is true. First person action / game, very strange.
That was the cool part, though, to be honest. That's why I liked it.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool, but very strange.
I feel like if I was gonna ask for a port, it would be like DDS because I feel like that would sell well, and it's I don't know, whatever. But I'm surprised.
It's like you have to buy a physical copy or pirate it or whatever, right?
It's not even hard to get a hold of, in my opinion. But then
I think it's kind of expensive right now, isn't it?
I think the most expensive is Rider 1. I tried before to get a
they're both
DDS. They reprinted it, and it's pretty easy to get now.
Yeah, the ones that are pretty pricey are Rider 1 and 2. Soul Hackers is also pretty pricey now to get a physical copy.
Really?
For too, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I got mine for $10.
Well, time to sell it. You could probably make a good like $30-$40.
No, it's mine.
Your butt make more than that, to be honest, if it's Soul Hackers.
Well, depending on if it's the one with the CD or not, like the bonus CD. But yeah, I don't know. I just want like DDS or most of the PS2 like stuff in general. I think would be like a smart move. Another smart move would be to port them to PS5 or PS4 because that was like another top comment that I kept seeing in the Japanese side, and I think that the Japanese like fan base doesn't care about Steam, so kind of like meet both, maybe port to those two things. No one in Japan really wants it for Switch, so
I think the most likely candidate for both Steam and PlayStation 5 that's not a Persona port is probably Nocturne.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the things that came to mind with this port because they're talking about doing a remake, and I'm like, they might just do a port first, or just do a port and have something like all this like quality of life stuff they added to Persona 4 Golden, because you can change the difficulty at any time. You can change a bunch of settings, so I feel like that makes the most logical sense.
Yeah, it'd be like pulling a Catherine, just throw Catherine Classic on Steam and the newer versions on the new console.
Mm-hmm.
For the original Nocturne, that'd be funny.
But also wanted to just make a point to mention that the Catherine port was done by the Eccentric Apes. They're based in Britain, and I guess they work closely with Sega because their website specifically mentions that they work. They've done a lot of ports for Sega, so I didn't look into it personally besides reading their bio. And then this Persona 4G was made by ported with the pre-app partners, which they only made a couple of games, and I didn't know any of the games that they made. Like I didn't recognize what they were. So they do that, but they also do a myriad of things. They also do virtual animated YouTubers. I don't know what they're called. The ones where it's just a robot.
VTubers, I think they're called.
They're called what?
They're called VTubers.
Oh yeah, I guess. But they do that. So I don't know in like to what degree the pre-app partners like had involvement or what they did exactly, because their website doesn't really mention that they do ports. Maybe this was the first one they did. I don't know. And I think the last Persona 4G news is that Atlas begged people not to. Both Atlas Japan and Atlas West, mind you, they both said, please don't spoil Persona 4 Golden. And what do you think happens when you tell a bunch of kids not to do something?
They look up a 10-year-old video to see the ending?
Yes! Gifts! Spoiler gifts!
That's so terrible.
I think it's funny because it's indicative of the fan base. You tell them to do something that's pretty like standard. Hey, please don't spoil this game. It's new. It's not new, but it's new to a lot of people. And people go, I guess I gotta start posting my Edge of.
I played it, but this happens.
I watched it on YouTube, so this happens.
Did you guys know this happens?
Going back to the development too, Atlas Japan actually worked on the Golden Port.
Yeah, which I thought was really interesting because I think they get at the credit scene. I think they get top billing, right? I don't know is that normal or
I have no clue.
I haven't actually played the Golden Port yet.
I'll be honest. I just watched the credits on YouTube to just see who did what, and yeah,
I posted a link. It has says details for the thingy.
Oh, I'm not
good. It's very like upresed. I remember I have a PlayStation TV, which is this up like Roku box thing, and the conceit is I think you can stream stuff to it from a PlayStation or something, but the other idea is you can put Vita games in there and play them on your TV. And put in Persona 4 Golden, and boy, that does not scale to a TV from the original source. It's real rotten looking. But on a computer in this new port, looks pretty sweet actually.
Yeah, that's surprised how good it looked. It looked pretty nice.
A little jarring with how old the models kind of look, but I mean, what are you gonna do?
I like how you can reduce the contrast too in the Golden port, because I think it was a little too high in the Vita version, personally.
I'll have to mess with that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Suffice to say, Persona 4 Golden is the future. All of the games are the past. I was looking at the Steam community stuff for Persona 4 Golden, and it's not good, which, I mean, I guess is to be expected, but just imagine every bad joke you've ever seen regarding Persona 4.
Yeah. And then, like, 50% port Persona 5 to Switch shit.
Oh, there's a lot of that, too. Yeah, it's just...
Oh, boy.
It's all positive, at least.
Steam are very, like, low tier. It's like the IQ level to get in is there's no bar.
Yeah.
It really is anyone can comment on there. And you get some real rotten stuff coming out of there. Don't read Steam community anything, please.
Yeah, you just don't read the comments for any community stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So let's never talk about Persona 4 Golden again, and we can move on to the next topic.
Yep. Wait, one more thing. Okay. If you want to unlock the FPS past 60, you can only do it in borderless mode. Oh. That's it. It doesn't work in full screen.
Okay.
Kind of sucks.
I didn't know that.
I don't think I've even gotten to the real part of the game yet.
Yeah, I'm still at the part where you're at the gas station and Dojima's like, "Oh, you should walk around because your guy says he's dizzy or something." And I just saved it and turned it off.
How did you get that far? I couldn't make past the opening cutscene.
The last time I checked, no one has platted the game yet on Steam.
That would be an inhuman effort if someone managed that.
I know I got 70 hours in so far. It's kind of crazy to do that, be that deep in right now, to me at least.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Oof. He's a loser though, so no wonder.
Yes, I agree. I don't know, but I agree.
Yeah, still no one has gotten the earn all trophies, but people are close because there's already people at the max all social links. They're just missing like the one where you fight Elizabeth or whatever the girl's name is. Elizabeth, Margaret, or
Margaret.
They're all the same. They're all
white women, whatever. Who cares?
And then there's another one where you have to like hear all of Rise's lines, or not all, but like she has like a lot, like 300 or something like that, and you have to like.
I'm not getting platinum, bro.
Rise or Marie?
Rise.
She's the navigator, remember?
Yeah, Yeah. So you know how she says useless things while you're in a dungeon? You gotta trigger as many of them as possible.
What?
It's one of the hardest things to do in this game is to like get her to say all the like most of her distinct lines. Like when you get poisoned, she'll be like, "Oh, bleh," and then when you get dizzy, she's like, "Bleh," and, you know.
Yeah.
You just gotta.
Like, oh no, the status effect is happening. It's like, yeah, I know. I'm living it. I understand.
But sometimes if you unlock her like max thing, she'll be like, "Oh, the status effect is happening. I'm gonna fully buff everyone and you know make it way easier."
Thanks.
But yeah, point is, Steam community tab. Don't read that.
No,
that's the end of that.
Anyway, Persona 4 Golden, best game ever. Moving on.
Persona 5 Scramble news. Spider said that she wanted to talk about it, so
I did. I don't remember anything.
I don't remember either. Survey results.
Oh, that's for Royal, and it's not even out yet, so I can't read it.
Wow.
Famitsu did what is it? Something for the best games on PlayStation 4, and the English version of Royal is on there. So I don't know why. Guess I'll find out in a couple days when the article's out.
They're probably just like, what is one of the people that does the voices? Is it like any of their names? Does anyone know any of the voice actors' names?
No.
For what?
For which game? For Persona 5?
Yeah, maybe they like one of those people's voices a lot.
I don't know any of the actors' names.
Yeah.
The only voice actor I vaguely know related to Persona is
Johnny Bosch.
That guy, yeah, I remember his name. But I was thinking of Yukiko, who is a she's now a
Miranda
blogger stoner, which is a really cool. If you don't know her, look her up. Something Winstead, Amy. I don't know, something Winstead.
No, I think her name is Miranda Winley, right, or something like that.
I don't know. She's some white lady, but she's like
Yukiko voice.
She's like, my son, da da da. Like, oh, it's all about our kids. But the angle is, I smoke pot all the time, and it's pretty cool.
I found the Scramble news.
Okay, here we go. Stalling for you. There you go.
Yeah, thank you very much. So Scramble had a character poll for the game, and it turns out that the popular characters are popular still, right? Joker, Futaba, Makoto, all that.
The blow is for Futaba.
Yeah, I think Makoto beats her by quite a bit. She's more popular there in Japan.
Yeah,
she's hot.
Bad taste.
But the most interesting bit is the most liked character is actually Zenkichi, the new detective character. He actually beat Joker.
Royal? I've never
by 100 and something votes.
Yeah.
Crazy. Which makes me curious because I'm like, okay, well, I guess now I have to play this game. But they also put Ryuji at the very bottom, and I don't know. I'm just like, is everyone else in the world crazy? Because Ryuji is not a bad character. They just make him the butt of every joke.
I think that's probably why he's rated low, is because he's the comic relief.
Yeah, it's bizarre. He plays the exact same role that the same dude characters have in all the modern Persona games. In fucking Yosuke and Junpei, they're all the same character, literally.
Except Junpei has a hat and gets a girlfriend.
That's true. Yeah, he's not an incel. Like the other two.
This is like a random thing that
he gets a goth Lolita BPD girlfriend.
Yeah, he found her.
Probably has 3 kids. Pays alimony for
the
Yeah, he's living the life.
His girlfriend is the original design of Nemessa. That's not true. Please don't believe that. Really funny.
I don't like where this is going. This is concerning.
That's cool because Zenkichi is that guy that's basically what's his name? He looks kind of like he's that detective from Lupin, right? That's basically what he.
Zenigata?
Yeah.
Yeah, he reminds you like a mix of Zenigata's character and Hasegawa Hazel.
Oh yeah.
Did we talk about the Lupin, the new movie that's coming out?
I haven't seen it yet. I think it's still in theaters, or it's supposed to be in theaters, right?
I don't even know. Are theaters open? Is that allowed?
No, they're not open.
I think you
at least not here.
Rent it, because that's what I did with the Scooby-Doo movie.
You did that? Are you a baby?
Yes.
Baby movies?
Oh, so the Lupin movie came out last year? It says that it released December 2019, or is that just for Japanese people?
Probably like Japanese release. But it just got a trailer recently for English, at least. I don't know how the fuck it works. Lupin rules, though. That's a good ass franchise.
I didn't know that. Wait, does Sega own Lupin?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
I don't think so, but that'd be interesting.
Well, because it's produced by TMS Entertainment. Interesting. TMS
topical, accidentally topical. Interesting.
But also, but that company, the two companies that produced the movie are owned by Sega. So I guess maybe the maybe not the IP is owned by them, but the game or the movie is owned by them or produced by them, which is interesting.
It's a parent company thing,
Yeah.
I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, anything else for Scramble? That game, people don't really like it. Some people do like it. Who cares? Switch games are bad.
The platform question was interesting because the question was, what platform do you play it on? And 75% of people who own it play it on PS4. And then 25% of them pretend that they're playing it, but the frame rate's so bad they can't finish it on.
Wow. It's not that bad.
Oh, keep coming.
But it's funny to just be super negative. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good broadcast.
The ratio of male to female players is 2-1, which is a lot better than I thought. I kind of thought it was going to be like 3-1 or 4-1 male to female.
Okay, you're saying male to female. I thought you were saying the opposite, and I was like, no way.
Well, no, Persona's got a more even gap compared to mainline, which is a lot more lopsided.
Yeah.
Or Fujo's.
Oh no!
90% of the people who did the survey are under 30, which is very interesting because when you look at when they released the statistics regarding D2, when they did the survey for Shin Megami Tensei D2, the mobile game, a lot of the player base in Japan were in their 40s. So I think it's really interesting that, like, I guess Persona really does still cater to young people, but it's a wider range of younger people. And
yeah, it's all the kids of the mainline fans grew up and they like Persona.
I think it's about time too. If you're older, you're not going to have the time to play an RPG that requires so much time.
But then why would you play D2, an RPG that requires a lot of time?
Because you could just auto AFK.
Fair enough. Also, SMT5 was voted in the top 10 most anticipated games for the Famitsu poll. Again, it typically gets. I think when it first was announced, it was getting in the top 5 like consecutively. So it's kind of nice to see that it's still relevant to people in Japan, but they're not being annoying like people in the West are. They're just politely upset instead of.
It tends to float down towards the bottom of the poll when there's like a lot of impending releases. It goes back up when those releases are out.
Yeah. Let's see. The OG Megaten game, the one for the Famicom, it's going to be released via DLC on that subscription thing, the Namco Collection or the Namcot Collection, I think is what is it called, right?
Yeah, Namcot Collection, the third edition one.
What platform is that on? How does that work?
It's on the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
we're receiving right now.
Indigestion.
Yeah, I know. I kind of expect that to be the case. It's going to be on the Switch via whatever, and then I think it's like what you said. It was the third one, right? The third.
Yeah, it's the third one.
And they confirmed that it's also going to be in the Asian version of that. So, like the Asia releases are interesting because sometimes they have English versions of the games. So, like
it's true.
So like Cyber Sleuth, when it was released on the Vita in the West, it was released on the Vita download only, I think, and then the Asian version was a physical copy, and it also had English and Chinese subs. So there's a small chance that Megaten might be translated into English officially. Maybe
Dragon Quest 2, I think. Dragon Quest 1 through 3, the ports.
Who cares about those though?
That would be pretty exciting though if you'd have translation.
Yeah, it's not a big game in terms of like text, so even if it's just translated to Chinese, that's still a first, And speaking of D2, or I guess we talked about it earlier, D2 has a new tyrant, Tatsiki, that Greek sauce.
Yeah, Greek sauce is coming in.
Teriyaki
sauce. With star hair, Tizmiti. It's a made-up name. That's not a real name.
Mitzi.
She seems bad. It seems like
spider.
A trick to want to like her.
Yeah. You know she's not a good demon if they released her her step up with another step up that's probably gonna get more people to pay, which is the Angel step up was redone or rerun or whatever you want to call it. And I pulled for that, and I got another Raphael.
They got a Uriel.
Whichever one's the wind one. I got that. No,
Raphael's the wind.
Wind is Raphael, yeah.
Whichever one I got was not Gabriel, but it wasn't Michael either, so it was good. I just need one more of it so I can get
there you go. You're narrowing it down.
I have 100 gems, so I'm not getting any of them.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't pull on Tatsiki anyways because, like, it's just like a really weak looking. I don't know what it's supposed to do. It just seems so dumb. It's just,
her whole gimmick is she kills people permanently, like Skull Knight, but in a way that's way worse.
I thought her gimmick was like she mutes you and like lowers her health, but then after she mutes you can't hit her because she has a high evasion. Something like that.
Yeah, it's a good gimmick. I mean, kind of like getting evasion and muting people is cute. But yeah, ultimately, it's like, who cares? This isn't going to be good. There'll be some gimmick team someone makes that'll maybe be okay. But probably not going to do much.
Yeah, I'm not impressed either, to be honest.
Next on the docket, because we're never going to talk about D2 anymore because there's nothing else good happening with D2.
Berserk happened. That was the peak.
Yeah, that was the peak. All downhill from there. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim was shown at the New Game Plus thing?
And no, that's the one on the 23rd.
It happened at the.
Wait, are you sure? Because it was shown at one of those things, and that's how we got the release date.
There was 3 different ones.
Oh my god! Okay, well, it showed at one of these.
Is this game coming out, or is it just like a thing where they just keep announcing it?
No, they announced the release date. So, Aegis Rim was shown at a convention, one of the like many that are trying to be like another E3, and we know that it's coming September 8th, 2020, and it's gonna have a delay with in terms of its voice acting, which is something.
Yeah, later on they're going to have a patch for the dub. It's delayed because of coronavirus work from home policies.
Yeah. Luckily, it's going to be free, which, I mean, I don't know if they could even get away with ever charging for that, but it's going to happen. I think one of the things that was the most interesting in terms of the reveal trailer, or whatever you want to call it, is that it doesn't show any gameplay. So, well, not anything to show what the game actually is. So a lot of people just think it's like a side-scrolling Vanillaware game, and they're just hyped for it.
Well, to be fair, that is like at least half the game.
But then not the other half. The thing I was expecting to see, well, not that I was like enthusiastically waiting or anything, was I was expecting them to do the weird like nude little kids in mechs part of the game.
No, they're definitely going to try to avoid showing that.
I'm curious.
Surprise feature. Whoa!
We're definitely not getting the Atlas Japan merch, that's for sure.
Yeah, I want that wall scroll of that 14-year-old.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez.
This is what Larrue wants. I don't want this, just for the record.
They can market it like Darn in the Franks or whatever.
Jeez, it's so bizarre. I kind of want them to censor it, actually. Like, just give them a bodysuit.
Why do they have to be new to the mix? Why is that always a thing? What's going on with this?
I don't know.
It's hard, bro.
I mean, at least it's...
What you mean, bro?
At least it's all the characters. At least it's all the characters and not just the girls this time.
That's what the weaves like, bro.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
I mean, I'll give it that. It's not just the girls, and there is like a wide variety of
nude
like
boys. That's cool. Great.
Just with that one, huh?
You got like a cat and you got the Naruto's.
Perfect.
It is pretty weird. There's like a lot of fan service in the story too, which is a bunch of cliche gags and stuff. That's a little annoying. But it's fairly interesting. It's got a lot of mystery going on and all that. Yeah, the talking cat is great. He's so rude.
He said cat. Okay.
Does he tell you to go to sleep?
No, it's a cool cat.
It's time to go to bed.
Yeah, they have a talking cat. He looks kind of like Morgana. His name is Shippo.
Lost me already. Looks like Morgana. Trash.
No, he's like angry Morgana.
Edgy. He's like Linkin Park Morgana.
No, he's like old man angry.
He's like Everlast Morgana. Okay, now I understand.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited for the release. I think it doesn't really have much in terms of like merch for the West. Like the collector's edition leaves something to be desired in that there really isn't the collector's edition. It's just the game, and I think it comes with,
a kind of art book.
Yeah, I guess you
like
can call it an
stickers
art
in
book.
it or something.
So what Amazon describes it as is a bonus art book while supplies last, and it's like cutouts of the characters in the character models in game, because if anything, it's done really well in terms of the artistic merit of the character, the animation and whatnot. It looks like a thin book, but obviously, who's to say?
Anyway, we're gonna move on for this. You're rambling. I'm cutting you off.
No.
Quick question though. So when you say cutout, do you mean
You're
like
reading
cutout or something?
We're not doing that.
So Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is like Yakuza 7. It's
correct.
The one with the crazy haired looking guy who's not Kiryu, so it doesn't matter.
Ichiban?
His name is Ichiban? What?
That's not his name, it's his title.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say that's a very uncreative name, but as it's a title, it's fine. So that's coming to Steam, or is it on Steam now?
It's not on Steam yet.
Soon.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think you can buy it yet.
Okay, because I guess I'll just like pre-order it right now then, or whatever.
I don't think it's out at all in America yet, actually.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter if it comes out on any other platform. The idea is that if we keep supporting Steam, then the overlords on Steam will continually get us these games.
Gabe Noel will deliver for us.
Yeah, because PC is forever, you know. You could have your library for 20 years and you could still access it regardless if you upgrade your console or not. But, you know, the Switch is going to be for another 5 years maybe. And you're not going to be able to play Wonderful 101 remastered on your whatever the next Nintendo console is.
5 years, you'll graduate middle school, and then.
Why is there so much hate in your heart?
You gotta get a real game machine after that.
That's crazy.
You're probably able to be when you're old enough to get your first job. So
you'll start working, getting coal mines.
So also,
should we even think about this? Who cares about consoles? Console news. Who put this section in here?
You did.
You did. You did.
Only an idiot would put this. So
hey, the $700 console is pretty something.
So PS5 got shown. No one really cares. No one cares about PS5. It has two different versions. One has a CD, one doesn't. Both versions look awful in terms of the design. They choose this weird black and white aesthetic. It's like an inverted Oreo.
Yep.
And it's supposedly going to be $700. If that's a placeholder price, then that's okay. But it seems about right for a next-gen console.
I heard that both versions are 700, so it's probably placeholder for at least one of them.
Yeah. Also, that listing isn't there anymore. It was removed. So
they're kind of they kind of fuck up. I think so. It makes sense that it was listed early there.
Yeah. So I think they accidentally listed it early, which gives credence to the idea that might be like the placeholder price, or I mean, might be the official price for one of the two versions. It had both of them set at that price, so who knows? The controller itself is $80, which I hate that the Switch changed the precedent, because before OK controller was $60, but now the Switch allows people to mark up their mediocre controller to be $80. So if you want a PS5 Dual Sense or whatever they call it, $80. Get ready to pay more for your controller than the video game itself, because that's the precedent that Nintendo set up.
What is even in there? What hardware is in that thing that it costs $80?
It's the black part and the white part. It has a USB Type-C charging. It has haptic feedback and adaptive triggers in the L2 and R2. It has a built-in microphone array that lets you chat easily with friends without a headset.
You're reading the description again. I know what you're doing.
The controller is going to cost me $100, isn't it?
Yes.
We're gonna end this by just saying that. So you know how at the top of the PS5, when it's standing up, it flares out a little bit.
Yeah.
A really good edit someone made where they photoshopped and make like Cell's head from Dragon Ball. They dyed it like green, like green. It looks like his head. It said "hello" as the quote, and that made me laugh for like probably 10 minutes straight.
Wait, can't you put the PS5 on the side? How you supposed to put it on the side if it flares open?
I don't think you can.
Oh, it's just how it looks.
It looks kind of frail because if my cat lays on it, she might crush the fins or something.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of aesthetic fins, but
it's a very weird choice.
Care. It's gonna just go under your TV in the end anyway.
Another news item for consoles: the Switch is hacked still more even now. I guess it's twice as bad. It says that's a good thing.
I love the
times as bad as if you can quantify.
And I don't know if that means like does that mean you're more at risk if you have a Switch because you deserve?
I think they mean because before they said like I think it was like 100,000 people or something like that thought to be hacked. I think they mean like that many more people was hacked.
It was more than double that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That were actually.
Such is the case. Nintendo admitted Tuesday that 300,000.
They only mentioned this for Japan, by the way. They did not mention it for the rest of the world.
Yeah, only a small fraction of breached accounts. Okay, sure. So basically, if you own a Switch, someone's stealing your identity and buying V-Bucks with it. So
do two-way authentication, please. If you have a Switch,
definitely do that. There's like memes aside, you should really consider doing that and changing up your passwords or whatever. Because let's talk about merch. Glib bought some angels recently because he's trying to get into heaven. They say that the more angels you have in real life, the more likely you are to go to artificial heaven. So
it's doing like an indulgence type thing. Tell us about that.
It was pretty cool. I mean, what do you want to know? Like this process, or like talk about the whole thing, or what we're doing?
Maybe keep it short, but tell us the gist of what you're doing with that specifically. Because I've never seen these, never heard of these objects. I want to hear a little bit about them.
Okay, so I bought 5 statues from the Megami Tensei 1 coin collection from Kotobukiya. Is that how you say it? I don't know. And
I don't know.
It's like a sort of gacha, I think they are kind of, but not like in the ladder regime, but like gacha in the sense of you buy a box and each set of each thing from the set is like a different demon. It's like I think between 5 of them, and like one is a special 7 thing you can't see. Well, 7, whatever.
And they're called blind boxes.
You want to talk about it, bro?
No, just go.
you got all the info. That's all I'm wondering.
I'm backseat explaining. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, forgot what I was saying now. Anyway, I bought Metatron, Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, Raphael. I got 2 in the mail today. It was Uriel and Raphael, and they're pretty cool. But only problem I had was my Uriel didn't come with a stand, so it kind of keeps falling over sometimes. So it's kind of hassle.
So you're telling us she's a fallen angel?
Whoa!
Wow, that's deep.
Nice. That's the sign. I told you.
Oh, but I will say I bought 3 of them from Surugaya or whatever it's called. I think it's a used online spot. And like, bro, I looked it up and they said the shipment from there takes like weeks. I'm like, dog, it hasn't even shipped to my proxy yet. It's crazy.
I'm surprised you got the other 2 so quickly, actually.
Yeah, those came fast. So like, I got the email that they were shipped 3 days ago and they're already here.
Were they the ones that you got through Etsy?
I didn't get any from Etsy. I got the 2 are here. I got them from Mandarake, or I think it's called. And the other 3.
So you didn't buy the ones that linked you before? That was really good deals. I'm gonna buy them, man.
It was cheaper. That's what I'm saying. I got the ones in Mandarake for like 600 yen.
Oh, someone else bought it. I hate you.
Hello, that's my fault.
Because you should have linked them and then bought it anyway. Like, oops, my bad.
I told you I bought it from Mandarake anyway. I told you this like 2 weeks ago. Not 2 weeks ago, like 1 week ago.
It's funny, like every time you want to buy something, like, oh, I'll wait a little bit. And then like a couple hours later, oh shit, someone bought it.
It's because of I don't know.
I think there's still more Surugai if you want to check. I saw Raphael in there.
I want to buy all the sets all at once with all the boxes. So
I know that Mandarake has a few sets left. but I think they're like a lot though. I don't know. I didn't really look at them.
No, it's whatever.
I almost bought one on
are
Amazon, and I didn't check the price. It was like $200. I almost bought it by accident. I wasn't checking the exchange rate. I was like, "Yo, that's crazy."
Yeah, don't be like that.
Oh yeah, the Kaneko Works 9 never coming out. I guess just update every time we have this podcast, we're gonna talk about it and just mention it's never coming out. It's the only good one. It's never gonna happen. Sorry, folks.
One of the places you could pre-order. Well, I mean, you can't pre-order it at all anymore. Like you haven't been able to do that since October or something like that. But one of the websites that had it for pre-order updated their listing to say that it was going to be released late June 2020. But they've been doing that for every month. So,
did they cancel the old ones, or are they still solid or whatever?
What?
Did they cancel the old pre-orders or no?
No, all the pre-orders stuff. They just took everyone's money, and it's just they haven't given any updates. I pre-ordered 2 copies because I was like, oh, this is gonna never when it comes out, it's probably never gonna get reprinted, and it has the best stuff because it has Makin and Digital Devil Saga and Strange Journey and Raito. So basically, all the parts where Kaneko's art wasn't that bad anymore, it's in here. So yeah, it's never coming out though. And also, same thing with the Black Frost Nendoroid. There hasn't been an update on when that's being released.
Oh, I want that. Yeah,
I do too. It'd be cool if it comes with a tiny little Frost getting squished and squeezed to death.
All right, that's weird, but okay, sure.
Well, because the original art has him crushing a bunch of Frosts.
Yeah, he kills a bunch of other. He's the evil Jack Frost that's gotten big.
Yeah, and then that's it for everything else. I'm Larrue. No, I'm just kidding. Really fun.
We have 2 more topics to cover. While I gather some questions, why don't we talk about an important member of the community? This is our community highlight.
Oh no.
King underscore Goomba. Can someone please start talking about him and discussing him? I'm going to look up some questions that we can answer.
He's a hero of the community, I must say. When I think about upstanding citizens, this guy is the one. If we need,
what does he do? What do we know?
This absolute king on every single post he sees about Persona, he tags it with Breakthrough Persona. Let me get the text if I can.
It's an absolute joy to see this at the top of every thread.
Where can we find him online also? What platforms is he on?
Well, I don't want to know.
He's probably on Instagram.
He's on Twitter. Okay.
I know he's on Twitter for sure. I can't verify any other ones. But Lord, if there's any Atlas post, you'll see King underscore Goomba. And it's to the point where he has his own memes of people they're already ready for him to spam his typical Twitter spiel.
It's actually really annoying because there's more discussion about him than the actual posts half the time. And it's great.
That's how you
yeah.
get it.
Here we go. His last post on the Persona 4G for Alice West, he says, "Congrats for the great success of #P4G on #PC, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Now, comma, bring to the #Nintendo Switch, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. After, comma, bring #P5R and #P3FES. Oh, this guy has bad taste. Never mind. I take back everything I said, bro. This guy's trash. To the #Nintendo Switch and #PC, exclamation point. Let me see. #Persona, and then he
port begging constantly.
Oh yes, basically.
All right, this is what you guys have done to us. This is the pillar of the community. You got to be better than that. If you want to be featured on the community highlights section, you got to do better than this guy.
He even has a whole Switch box art here, bro. This man is making quality content.
Making fake Switch box art. That happened with something recently. There was some mobile game or something where someone made fake Switch box art. They're like, "Oh my god, there's gonna be a Switch game about this mobile game." Nope. Someone just put a Switch on this existing box art.
So just to clear up Glib's idiotic mistake, it wasn't him that made the box art. It was at ShadowNade on Twitter. They also go by JoJo. So don't give Goomba any credit for creating what amounts to taking pre-existing box art and photoshopping it into a template of the Switch.
It's a nice looking ad, okay? Fake ad.
I love how they quote
they quote Ari.
Yeah, Ari. It's
Ariana Grande.
No, I guess I didn't know her name was Ariane, but I guess it's Ariane Advincula. I thought that was a pseudonym or something because I have a hard time believing anyone's last name is Advincula.
What? Are you talking about a vampire? Is this a real person's name?
It's the Atlas Swiss Communications lady, the PR girl. That talked like 2 months, like last year. Not last year. It was like.
Why does she have
She heads a lot of the interviews and stuff too.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wait, what?
Okay, well, if you're listening,
it's just made by JoJo. What?
Can help.
The thing about that quote too, I think I was looking back at all the statements and stuff from I think was it last year or the year before. I was like, they were probably teasing the PC port here, and they got spammed with Switch stuff.
I think so too. Like when you said that, it clicked that's a really likely thing that was trying to be what they were pushing. They're trying to be like, there's a port coming, and then people were just like, Switch.
Yeah, because her statement happened right after Hiroka did the Taipei show interview. So I'm like, probably PC.
I mean, all things considered, glad it came to PC and not Switch because you can I highly doubt that it would have sold 250 1,000 units in the first weekend like people are projecting that it did.
If they sold it for $20 maybe, but we know it would have been probably sold for $40 on Switch or $50.
I don't want to give Switch any credit. I think it would probably optimistically. I think that if it was ported to Switch, memes aside, I think it probably would have done 100,000 max, in the first week. But the amount of sales that the Steam port has proven to be capable of kind of indicates that the market's there and not for the Switch, in my opinion. But
my opinion of the Switch sales is just they aren't doing so great with even with what do you call it, Scramble. It didn't do so well. I mean, it did fine. It's just it didn't do Persona fine.
Yeah. It didn't mean
baby console, so.
And then we have Catherine coming up too, and I don't think that's going to be a blockbuster hit either on the Switch. So that's 3 or how many games, middling games on the Switch? Now? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Megaten games or games in general.
Hooked on Phonics is on Switch.
I like those education games actually. The Brain Age one and stuff. Yeah.
That's a little more advanced. Hooked on Phonics is if you have a learning disability. Switch fans might well use. All right, so I think we're just going to do a couple questions and get out of here. Somebody who didn't respect June 19th, who hung out with a white family all day, abandoned his roots and everyone else that was important to him, didn't ask for new questions, so I'm going to go to some old ones. We're just going to do a couple. I don't think we did this one last time, did we? There's a question that said, what is your favorite iteration of Lucifer / Satan, even though they're separate entities in the game?
We've never been asked that one. So
I think we've been asked that one before. Because I remember saying David Bowie.
I don't remember the question though, so I don't know.
So we're going to pretend that you're wrong and just power on ahead. I'm sure someone will prove me wrong in the comments. There's a couple different versions here. For Lucifer, there's Nude Boy. He's got the cloth. He's got the horns, the red hair. There's Squidward. What else is there for Lucifer? Is that it?
Demi Kids.
Yeah.
They're like he's like blue, but he's not Squidward or whatever.
Red. He's like it's like his full name in Demi Kids is Lucifer the Satan. So
Wow.
Damn, that is some 2007 YouTube comment type.
You would mess with that guy, would you?
That's fucked up. That's hardcore.
but
And then for Satan, there's like the rock monster golem type guy, and then titty version.
Wow, the Demi Kids design is absolutely awful. I hate it.
I like me some titty Satan. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like a furry design.
Oh, let me look.
DeviantArt persona. That's funny.
Oh no, this is some DeviantArt shit. God damn, this sucks.
Did you notice one wing is red, the other one's black? And then
I did.
Yeah, I hate that. It like alternates, sort of like the veins that go across. This sucks.
Can
you make this
complain? Did you draw that?
Make this the thumbnail. This fucking sucks. I hate that. I think everyone else feel the pain I feel right now. Where did you find this? There's a card of this?
Yeah, there's like I don't know what they're called. The listing says it's bromides. I don't know what that is, but there's a bunch of like these like weird art cards for the anime, and I have the set, and this is one of the cards that's in the set.
You had this physically handy right now?
Yeah, why not?
I'm in awe. This is fucked up.
I've seen the Megaten shelf.
We've seen the collection, but the fact that you just whip this out right now, apropos of nothing, is goddamn.
The card on the top of the set because it's the funny card. All the other cards are like funny, but this one not only is the art ugly, but the name Lucifer the Satan is
it's a confluence of many cursed things going on. I nominate this thumbnail for sure.
I like how they made him number 6 just to make sure.
Can we put this over the Breaking Persona thing as a thumbnail? That's what I want.
Yeah, Lucifer the Persona 4 Golden. So what do you guys think besides this horrible creation that we've witnessed? Any other opinions? Yeah, you're a law boy, so you're not going to answer, honestly.
Hello, I said hello. Like the blue one too. I guess like regular Lucifer. I guess.
Demon form Lucifer.
Yeah, that one.
It was always gross.
I like them. They're both kind of neat. I don't like them a lot, but they're kind of cool. They're like cool for what they are, I guess.
Yeah, Nude Boy Lucifer is okay. It's a little weird looking.
He be shining.
Yeah, I don't like that one you just posted. The one where he has the fire wings.
Oh, that's neat. I mean, that's different.
He's too nude. He's like emaciated. He looks like a guy from the Blue Man Group, but wrong color.
Yeah, he does kind of look like that.
Yeah, it's got a very Blue Man vibe, and I don't like those guys.
What did they do? I've never Blue Man'd it up, so
they're like an improv music thing, kind of.
Yeah, so like they like play instruments that are covered in paint, and the paint goes everywhere, and they're blue. And,
they do weird stuff.
Yeah, it's like watching aliens try to do a human music show, sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's kind of cool.
See,
I wouldn't watch it again though.
No, hell no. Of course not. I didn't pay money to go there. Fuck no.
Neither did I.
Yeah, it was okay though. I mean, whatever.
So I'm really confused because, like, when we talk Lucifer, I was also thinking of like, his disguised forms or whatever. So like the little kid in Nocturne, the old man.
Right. Yeah.
So I decided to like use the Megaten wiki because I couldn't remember what the other ones look like. And for some reason, the Megaten wiki it excludes all the other ones and only includes like it just has like it's a mangled mess. It has like SMT1, then it has Louis Cypher, and then it has SMT2 Angel, SMT2 Devil, SMT4, SMT4 SF. Then it has Devil Children, Persona 1, and DC Human. I don't know what any of this stuff means, and then you have to click. Then when you click on the Louis Cypher article, then you get the rest of the Lucifers for some reason.
I guess they just separated out the bosses from the characters or something in a weird way.
I guess.
I don't
sound like they did. I don't know.
But
it's weird.
I'm gonna go be a hipster, and I'm gonna say my favorite Lucifer is the Imagine one. Now that I actually have seen the Imagine one IRL, it's pretty cool that it exists.
You met him in real life?
Yeah, in real life.
I like the Strange Journey one and the SMT one the most. I guess the Twin Peaks one in Nocturne is pretty cool too, but I like the original David Bowie one, gender bet David Bowie the most.
Dang, imagine Louis Cypher kind of swaggy, bro. He kind of power stance like.
Whoa!
Imagine Louis Cypher is a girl.
I thought she was in Strange Journey, wasn't she?
Yeah,
she was. Yeah.
They do the thing where in the Japanese version they just call it. They call all of them like Louis Cypher.
Yeah, in Strange Journey, the dialogue say, "Please call me Louisa," but if you hear it, it'll say, "Please call me Louis." It's completely different.
Please call me Thelma.
And Louise.
I don't know. I think we did most of the rest of these. Did we talk about We talked about SP9 before, right? I think Larrue went on a 9-hour rant about that before.
More capacity.
Original Xbox. I don't know. Just this person's like, what do you think about it?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't. Do you? Anyone?
No. Next question.
Okay, Larrue died, so we'll just move on. When did you realize you were a masochist? Anyone?
I'm good.
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not going to say that on. I'm not gonna say it on live.
I'm more of a sadist actually, but thank you for asking. Yeah, I think we covered a lot of these. A couple of them are sort of incomprehensible. Thank you for trying, but maybe try to write something a little bit more comprehensive next time. Yeah, we cover the rest in the other episodes. So anyway, yeah, I think we're done, right? Anyone else? Any other topics, issues, objects to raise?
Never forget that in Fayetteville, Arkansas, there is a restaurant called El Matador, and it has SMT Matador as art.
Oh, really?
Didn't they have to take that down eventually?
Did they?
I'm not sure. I remember someone talking about it before.
Whoa.
Yeah, because they stole Kaneko's art and used it.
That rules.
Yeah. So the next meetup is going to be in Fayetteville.
I'm going to Arkansas.
I've never heard anyone be excited to go to that.
I'm going to fuse Kushinanda. I'm going to null wind. I'm going to go in there. Fuck up Matador.
I bet they're really confused why people just walk in there with all those use buffs.
Just blasting fierce battle.
Yeah, I should check this up.
All right, I have a new request. Can you make the thumbnail a mashup of this and also that cursed Lucifer card?
No.
Please.
I can do it.
Oh, dang, I kind of like it when Neb begs. This is...
What?
Are you... Are you a sadist now? What's going on now?
No, it's the Juneteenth over
He's in the
here.
podcast now. The podcast now.
Pull the plug.
All right. Thanks. Wait, what did we say at the end? Bye, guys. I'm Larrue, and that's Neb.
Yep.
That's Glib.
And
that's Spider.
Goodbye.
This was painful. We'll never talk about Persona 4 again. I think, hopefully.
100 years of
We're definitely talking about Persona 4 again eventually.
Yeah, for the Switch port.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Neb. Just want to drop in with a quick little addendum to the episode. We conferred after recording and decided to put together a giveaway. We're going to give away 4 copies of Persona 4 Golden on Steam, and the way you can participate is just by commenting. Some of the topics we'd like people to participate in include arguing whether mainliner Persona is better, suggesting a mod for Persona 4 Golden if you know one, or maybe just listing your favorite Persona 4 moment. Each host will pick their favorite point made, or the funniest thing they see, or the most insightful, or maybe they really like the mod you chose. Who knows? We'll figure it out, and we'll determine how to distribute the gifts or keys or however it comes. Go ahead and participate in the manner described, and maybe you'll get lucky and win a key. Thanks, and have a good time.